It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. And as the thumbnail suggests, what is Carling Premier? It's 4.7% ABV to start off with. And this one's in a 440 millilitre can. Normal Carling Black Label is 4% ABV and it's not nitro poured. So I'm going to do my best to break down this beer and work out exactly why people see this is like a cult beer. This is a beer that everybody remembers from when Carling used to kind of sponsor the Premier League in the football. Everybody remembers the Carling Premier. This was the beer that was made for that kind of very thing. And of course the regular Carling Black Label. So let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. It was £4.50 for 4 cans. Have a listen to that. That reminds me of the 1990s when you used to open a can of Worthington's Cream Flow or Boddington's Draft Bitter. Remember that noise? Well, look at this. This looks a lot better than regular old Carling. In fact, if you squint a little bit and close your eyes a little bit and look at that, it kind of reminds you of Worthington Cream Flow or John Smith's Extra Smooth or Boddington's. It's that kind of nitro, kind of creamy look and kind of feel to it. Look at the head as I chuck the beer everywhere. As I rock the beer back and forth, look at the head on that. Look at that ultra fine carbonation chasing the head of the glass. It's a lovely golden coloured lager, probably brewed in Burton-on-Trent. We'll have a look at all of that in a moment. I did spot on the side of the can that it's been brewed with glucose syrup, which I suppose is a little bit of a shame. It's a lager. It's definitely a lager. It's Carling's kind of premium premier lager. Let's get the aroma. And after that big introduction, that kind of clamouring for my youth, hunting for my younger days again, there's not much of an aroma. That big introduction to Carling Premier, what is it? You know, well, it doesn't smell like much, to be honest with you. There's no real hop aroma to it. You definitely get a sense of a little bit of that kind of glucose syrup, that sweetness in there. £4.50 for 4 cans, that's £1.12, something like that. £1.13 a can. Let's get in. Cheers, everybody. First and foremost, you've got to fight past that head. It's super smooth. It's drinking like an ale. It's not drinking like a lager. It's not drinking like a really lovely, crisp German Pilsner or a Helles lager. It's not crisp and sharp edged, you know, like a really, really refreshing pint of lager. This is different. This is... I've always drank this in the past and wondered why it's so kind of creamy, why it's so... Of course, it's the nitro. but it's just a little bit sweet. It's a little bit sweet. There's not much of a hop presence there. There's not much going on at all, to be honest with you. It's just been designed to, I mean, for 4.7% ABV, you could really chuck this down. You could really it's a real throwback beer. But it's almost as if they come up with the idea for Worthington's Cream Flow, John Smith's Extra Smooth, Brains out of Brain Smooth Bitter. There's a pump there. It was a 1990s thing where they kind of blew nitrogen through the beer and they kind of made it really kind of fluffy and creamy somehow, with this great lacing and this great head. And it's almost as if the makers of Carlin, Molson Coors, it's almost as if they wanted a piece of it. They wanted a kind of Frankenstein's monster, a lager that really looks and feels and drinks like one of those creamy Boddington's beers from the 1990s. If you're one of the younger generations who's kind of wondering what I'm talking about here, if you can possibly try and find a can, you can still find it, Worthington's Cream Flow. Or just go out and buy this. But you'll know exactly what I mean if you go and purchase a can of Worthington's Cream Flow. It'll be a slightly kind of darker beer, but it'll have that same kind of rich... Look at that, I mean, it's almost like it followed the kind of the marketing that Guinness had. I mean, look at the fine... I'll be perfectly honest with you, I think it looks terrific. I think that for a beer looks almost mesmerising. I mean, look at that. It's a real strange one. But I think it looks really cool. It's just a shame that Premier in the name, it's not really kind of Premier in the taste. It's a shame that they haven't used a lot of hops in this, and, you know, they created some kind of Carlin Extra Smooth Pilsner or something like that. So that is my answer to what Carlin Premier is. It's a zombified Worthington Cream Flow, John Smith's Extra Smooth, Tetley Smooth, kind of 1990s freak lager, if you like. Right, ingredients: water, barley malt, barley wheat, glucose syrup, hops and nitrogen. Carlin Premier Lager, 4.7% ABV, brewed in the UK by Molson Coors Brewing Company, Burton-on-Trent. So you will only find this, you won't find this in Tesco, you won't find it in Morrison's, you won't find it in Sainsbury's or Asda. You won't certainly find it in Lidl or Aldi either. If you want this, go to your corner shop or your local shop, your local Nisa or your Londis or something like that, and ask them, do they stock Carlin Premier? That's the only real place where you'll find it. I'm going to rate it a throwback to my youth then, a throwback to the past, when Carlin used to sponsor the Premier League. It looks good, it looks fantastic, it looks incredible, it looks insane for a lager. But then everything else falls down. You get the aroma, there's not much of an aroma, a little bit of sweetness. You taste the beer, it's just super smooth liquid. There's not much to it at all, a little bit of sweetness there. So for all the great looks of the beer, that's all it is. The whole beer's been based on the look. And it's not good enough anymore, isn't it? It's not what it should be in this day and age. People want to taste stuff these days. So for me, this is for my affection, for my kind of like looking back at the 1990s. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.